accused.
Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're talking about another game. Go figure. Big surprise there. Today we're talking about Metro Last Light. Playing the Redux, so the graphics are updated from how it used to look back when it originally came out. Game's a little bit older. This is another game in the Metro trilogy, the second game specifically, and it picks up almost exactly where the first game left off. Almost the exact point. And honestly, it's good. It's a solid game. It's feels very much you feel very much at home in this one. You feel very much at home because the gameplay hasn't changed a whole lot from Metro 2033. But the storyline is a direct continuation. There's new characters like Anna introduced and stuff. And the story definitely gets to grow quite a bit. We pick up from where the first game left off. I'm not going to say specifically where that is or anything. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played. So that is a thing, and yeah, we're going to try and have minimal story content here, but you know, I also want to keep it all relatively early game. So, you know how it goes. Anyhow, the Redux came out in 2014 in August, so it's a few years old. You can still pick it up on Steam for 20 bucks. Generally, there's going to be a bundle that you can get. It's the same for Xbox. I don't know if it's the same for PlayStation. If the game's on PlayStation, I imagine it is pretty much the same for PlayStation as it is for Xbox and PC, where you can buy the game by itself or you can get a bundle. I remember on Xbox I bought Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light as a bundle for I want to say 30 bucks. And honestly, that's really not that bad. When you really think about it, that's not at all that bad. So there is also definitely a bit of replay value here. This is absolutely a game that you can play more than once. It has a similar morality system to the first game. So while still not one of the more fleshed out morality systems that you'll have in a game, it's certainly no Mass Effect. It works. It serves a purpose. The game has two endings as usual, and there's a good ending and a bad ending. Now, one of them is obviously canon because there's a third game, and I think I mentioned it in the video on Metro 2033, but in my first playthrough of both of these games, I got the bad ending in both games. So, in fact, I got the bad ending in Metro Exodus the first time I played it too. I really didn't do a great job of getting good endings. The morality system and the way the endings work in Metro Exodus is a little different, but we'll talk about that when we get to doing a video on that game. I'm looking forward to that because that is one of my favorite games. I love Metro Exodus. I think it's so very well done. Honestly, I think Metro Last Light, Metro 2033 rather, are incredibly well done. There's a whole lot to love. There's a lot of game here, you know. And, you know, it's 85% positive on Steam, you know. There's definitely lots to love. I still stand by the opinion that Metro is the post nuke apocalypse that Fallout wishes it could be, while not nearly as open-ended or anything. You know, it nails the atmosphere so much better. It nails the mutations and the you know, the creatures and things. It just does a better job of being a spookier game overall. And it is worth remembering that the game absolutely does have horror undertones. and there's a lot of horror elements to the atmosphere of these games, and it's very well put together. It's very subtle, and a lot of the time, and a lot of the horror elements come from just that fear of not surviving. You know, this game does a very good job of driving that home, a very good job of tapping into that raw, visceral desire to come out on top of something and to survive a particularly shitty situation. Plus, in my opinion, the game gets bonus points because it's like damn near immediately you get to kill Nazis. And who doesn't like killing Nazis? I think we all like killing Nazis. I think the success of the Wolfenstein games over the years has been a strong reminder that we all pretty much take every chance we can to shoot Nazis. Honestly, you also had a good opportunity to shoot Nazis in the first game. It just wasn't like the first thing you got to do. So lots of things to enjoy here, lots of things to love here, and lots of game to play. Definitely lots of game to play. Like the first game, there's not a whole lot of like side stuff to do. It's a very much a linear game, and it's more about the storytelling and the experience. And I think it's interesting how they managed to tie two endings into a linear game that doesn't have a lot of side content, because the morality system is more or less tied to your interactions with people. And considering that you're a silent protagonist for the most part, there's not always a lot of that. So, but I think they managed to do it quite well. I'm still not sure exactly why they decided to have Artyom be silent in these games, because you hear him talking when he is, you know, reciting his journal entries between stages. So like he has a voice actor. So I don't really see why they didn't just give him dialogue. That's probably the only thing that I would have changed if I had anything to say about it, but as it turns out, I do not. So, but yeah, um, that's that's my opinion personally. That's definitely my opinion, but you know, a lot of people I think do like the whole silent protagonist thing, and I'm sure there's going to be somebody who's going to feel that like my comment about this being the apocalypse game that Fallout wishes it was might feel like I'm attacking that franchise. I'm attacking Fallout 76 specifically because fuck that game. But uh, I do enjoy Fallout for what it is, you know. But I also mod the hell out of it. So, but we're not here to talk about Fallout. We're here because we all like Metro. Metro is the purpose why we're here. So hopefully you guys will be inspired or curious to check out this trilogy if you haven't already played the trilogy before. And like I said, you can get the first two games usually in a bundle for $30. I imagine there's also a bundle that includes Metro Exodus. Um, the games is as Reduxes look quite good for their age, honestly. So they run smooth. The gunplay is very much what you would expect. It's very satisfying gunplay and very well told storylines. The characters all feel very well fleshed out. There's a lot of conversation going on around in the background. There's a whole lot of just life in this game, and you know, it's just an experience. It's a world that will take you in and kind of want you to you might want to stay there for a while. And for any of you who've already played through this game, you know, I'm curious to hear how you all felt about it. You know, to hear how you guys felt about the story, the Redux remaking of the game, and everything. Like, as far as I can tell, these Reduxes are one-to-one remasters of the first two games, just with better graphics. So, you know, like I said, I think I think it's a fantastic experience. So, and with that said, I think this is a decent enough spot to cut it. Definitely, uh, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I've changed up my schedule a little bit. Every Friday now is going to be a Let's Play video, and right now we're working our way through Dark Souls, so feel free to tune into that. Those videos, um, there's only one up at the time of posting this video, and it's the first episode of the Dark Souls playthrough is 32 minutes long. And we've got a long way to go still, so there's going to be plenty of good times there. Maybe after I'm done with doing some Dark Souls content, as far as playing through those, maybe I'll play through one of these. Maybe I'll play through Metro 2033 and see what happens. And I'm thinking about switching up what goes up on Wednesday here in the near future. So we'll see. But for the time being, let's make our way through Dark Souls first. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Those of you who do, tell your friends, post my videos around if you'd like. I appreciate the support, any support that I get, that is. Until next time, I will fucking see you later.